Hello YouTube and welcome to the first Gran Turismo 5 video that Takshank has done. It's ReaneyBoy, by the way, if you didn't know. Yeah, so me and Jake, Mighty Jake, both got Gran Turismo 5 for Christmas. And we've been playing that a lot. So, you know, the obvious thing to do is make videos about it, seeing as I've got my PVR. It's a top tip. My first top tip. I'm going to do a few top tips, you know, as many top tips as I, as many top tips as I have. But this is the first one. As you can see, I've just bought a sexy new Ferrari. With my, I think I had 600,000 credits at one bit, which I was quite proud of. But then I went and bought this, and that like halved it. I think it's about 200 and something thousand credits. It's a level 13 car. It's very helpful. It does let you win a lot of races, especially in the sort of professional and amateur bit, because that's all I've really unlocked, I think. But at the moment it has 546 brake horsepower, and my top tip is how to improve its performance, its brake horsepower, its overall power, with as little money as possible. And but it doesn't improve it by a lot. I guess on a smaller car it does, but what you want to do is you want to go over to the GT Auto and give the car a oil change. Now the oil change costs 250 credits, and it gives it a boost of up to 30 brake horsepower, which is quite a lot when you think about it, especially when it's on, if you're on a sort of a slower car, like I don't know, for your first car. Definitely I'd oil change it straight away, because then you've got, like, you know, it's just a nice boost. I mean, if you sort of aren't winning a race with a certain car, just give it an oil change and see what happens then. Because I think, I'm not quite sure, it depends what car you have, but this oil change is sometimes better than actually buying the first turbo package, which is about 5,000 credits, and that only improves the brake horsepower by about 10 or 15 brake horsepower, which is not as good as this. But that's all I've really got to say about my top tip at the moment until it's done. But yeah, what's with this music in the GT Auto? It's just kind of retarded, and that noise, that pisses me off. It's just unnecessary. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know if you did the 8 gig update at the start of the game, the optional one, which improves loading times, but if you haven't and you are able to, I would. I mean, it takes about 30 minutes, but it really does improve it, because Mighty Jake said, and I quote, he said he had biblical loading times, which is, well, longer than mine. I mean, mine loads as fast as a Black Ops game. Yeah. So, it now has an improvement of 28 brake horsepower, so it's now got 574, which is quite a lot, and it gives it that extra boost. So that's been my top tip. I'm ReaneyBoy, and Happy New Year.